All right, guys, I have the final conclusion from PepsiCo on the issue with that Brisk fruit punch. Before I really get into this and show you what they sent to me and tell you about the conversation I had with one of their representatives over the phone, I want to mention that I have a new microphone that I'm using with this camera. So for all the people who've been watching my videos for a long time, especially when I do my knife reviews, because I do it at this table, let me know what you think about the audio, okay? You know, whether it's better, worse, what I can fix about it, what you like about it, don't like about it. Love some feedback about the audio in this video. But anyway, right on to what's going on here. If you haven't seen the other videos, I'll post links to them in the description box. Basically, I got sick drinking some Brisk fruit punch. Something was definitely off about it. And I got a call from one of the representatives about, I want to say, a week ago or so. And she called me on the phone and introduced herself, asked how I was feeling, wanted to talk about the situation, asked how it could be rectified. She did mention that she got the results back from the lab. They did a couple different lab tests to see the contents and what was going on with this. She mentioned to me on the phone what was going on with it, and I wanted to keep it, you know, private until I actually got the documentation I can show you, because I don't want to talk about things through word of mouth. I want to actually show you guys documents on what it is. So she wrote down on here in this letter what the issue was with that drink. So no further ado, let's take a look at it, see what we got. By the way, this envelope was sealed and signed. All right, so there's no tampering with this at all. I did open it obviously before this video, but this is directly from Pepsi. First thing I noticed when I open it, more coupons. But in this case, they're coupons for Lipton iced tea, any flavor, as well as Pepsi products. So again, you know, I think it's going above and beyond, you know, what's expected. I wasn't hospitalized for this issue, and as you'll see in a second what the contents are, I do think that this was adequate compensation for, you know, for what happened. But it is nice to see that I got coupons for something other than the product that got me sick, because that was, let's just say, discouraging when I first got the coupon. Oh, good, more of that stuff I really didn't like and got sick from. So good to see that they actually sent, you know, coupons for something else. So with no further ado, here is how the letter reads. October 10th, 2014, to me, Mr. Jeff Smith. Dear Mr. Smith, thank you for contacting us about your recent experience with our product. This letter confirms the results of the laboratory analysis conducted on the sample you provided. The beverage analysis lab received one open 1 liter bottle, approximately 55% full, which is true, is about what was in there. No packaging defects were observed, and the open sample was typical in aroma and appearance. And I can say that's true too. Just smelled, you know, I mean, I have nothing compared to it, I never had it before, but it smelled okay and looked fine. Initial analytical testing, including TA and pH, on the sample found it to be within product specifications. The beverage also was analyzed by gas chromatography, mass spectrometry, whatever. Here, let me put this up here so you guys can read it too. Right over here. Gas chromatography and mass spectrometry, GCMS, and then compared to a control sample of Brisk fruit punch, results showed no quantitative differences between the control and suspect samples. Further, no extraneous volatile compounds were found in the suspect sample. So far, they're saying everything's okay. ICP analysis, I guess that's an Insane Clown Posse analysis. Okay, lame joke. Was then conducted on the suspect sample, and those results determined there were higher levels of sodium and calcium than in the control, but not in the amount to pose any health risk. Although no cause for illness was found in the suspect sample, the lab concluded that the higher levels of sodium and calcium would have contributed to the beverage's off taste. Thank you again for bringing this matter to our attention and giving us the opportunity to investigate. We hope these laboratory findings are helpful and reassuring. Sincerely, Heidi Lewis at Consumer Relations. So, yeah, basically what it comes down to is there was a lot of salt in it, too much per the recipe, as well as calcium. So I got sick from it. but I mean, apparently over the phone, it doesn't say in the letter, the woman had told me over the phone that there was a recall on that specific batch. They talked to their bottlers about that batch with the information that I gave, and they investigated further to make sure that that specific drink was not shipped out anymore if they happen to still have some in the warehouse there. So that was good. I mean, my whole purpose of this whole thing was just to say, you know, hey, Pepsi, in this case, because I didn't even know it was owned by Pepsi, to be honest. Pepsi does own these products, if you don't know. Gatorade, Quaker, Tropicana, Frito-Lay, which I didn't know, and of course, you know, Pepsi products. But then all the subcategories as well, like Lipton, you know, Brisk. They're a major corporation. But anyway, I mean, I'm happy with the results. I mean, I don't know really why I got sick. I'm having a lot of salt in there. They're basically saying that it shouldn't pose a health risk. I'm not going to have any continued problems at all. Basically drank really, really salty drink, threw up from it, got sick from that. But it's good to know that there's no, you know, serious problems. What the hell? Is that a fly? You guys see that? It's coming across the screen? Anyway, yeah, so that's what it is. They gave me more coupons. Like I said, I'm not one to really put a big stink about things, but I'm happy with their response. I'm happy with the coupons that they send. It replaces, you know, the product that was purchased and some, you know, 10 times over. So no real issues there with compensation. I'm glad that they responded. They responded quickly with this, whether it's a generic thing or not, because a lot of people said, you know, they'll just send that stuff out when you complain about things and they'll throw you a couple coupons. Well, you know what? If that's the case, so be it. If someone got seriously injured or seriously ill with long-term effects by any kind of product, I would assume a company as large as Pepsi would definitely, you know, go about it as good as possible to rectify the situation, to avoid lawsuits and avoid any kind of you know, problems with that company and bad publicity, you know. But you know, overall, it is what it is. I'm glad that they responded the way they did. I can say I am happy with the company. I don't like Pepsi. Go Coke. If you're gonna drink soda, they could taste a hell of a lot better than Pepsi. Pepsi is a little too sweet for my taste. But try not to drink soda at all anyway. So anyway, there you go. There's the conclusion to this whole thing. So there won't be any more videos on this. But like I said, I'm glad that there was no real chemicals in it, that there was no cleaning agents and stuff. And you know, some people will say, well, how do you really know? This is what they're telling you. How do you really know? I don't see lab papers here. I'm just gonna trust it, honestly. I still have a sample. In the future, if I happen to come across someone who does lab work, yeah, I'll get it tested again on my own, privately. But that's just for my own entertainment, my own curiosity. I can only go by what they say. I don't have the money or the time or the interest really to have it privately tested in a lab to be sure of this. If I have any health problems, you know, down the road, we'll see if that can be contributed to this, but I doubt it. Basically, it was just too salty. So whatever machine makes the mix, I guess they put too much salt in it. So there you go. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think about the audio in this video, and stay tuned. I have some knife reviews coming your way, as well as all kinds of cool stuff. So I will see you soon. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.